Hi, hello. We are back again, and a lot sooner than I thought I'd be. You've already seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you know what this look is gonna be. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will put a list of everything that I am using in the description box. The first thing I'm gonna do is prime. I've already moisturized my face. I've put just my moisturizer, and I've put the Fenty hydrating primer on. That's just what I would do any normal day, whether I'm doing makeup or not. It's just what I would put on my face. But for primer, I'm actually going to use the Nip&Fab Viper Venom, this little one. And this primer is a lot more silicone based. Silicone isn't everybody's favorite thing, but all it basically does is it will get into your pores and it will fill them up basically to make them look smaller, make your skin look a lot smoother. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on my face. And things that are, or primers anyway, or even moisturizers that are a lot more silicone based, you'll find they're a lot tackier, because it is. And what I like my base before I put foundation or anything on it to be really tacky, and it just, and by that, if you don't know what I mean, is when you touch your face, it almost feels like it's sticking to you. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. That pretty much, and that is what is going to help your foundation stick to your skin. This is the only time where tackier is better, in my opinion. The two foundations I'm going to mix are the Maybelline Fit Me foundation and the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation. The Maybelline is in the shade 250 and the NYX is in the shade Nude. But again, I'll put all of this down in that description box. Yeah, I'm just gonna mix these two together and then just start putting it on my face, and then we'll come back with the other part of it. Right, now that I look like I've got some sort of disease or I have a lot of eyebrow color on my face, what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend it in, but I'm gonna use a sponge this time. And yeah, I didn't clean my sponge before this. So what you wanna do when you have a sponge, it will be dry, obviously. Run it under water, like just cool water, and squeeze it about 15 times just to get it like really wet and really damp. And then wring it out dry, but then run it, just like squeeze it again on some paper towel, and that will just take out any excess water. What you wouldn't have seen, but what I did was after I put some of my foundation in that, there's a little bit like on the top of it, so I just put it on my hand, because, or even if you have a little bit left in there, I always like dab my sponge on that just so like there's a little bit of product on it, because a sponge will absorb some of this on your face. I've got a little bit left, so if you want to build up your coverage, you can. If you don't, you don't. That's perfectly up to you. So that is pretty much blended in. I'm being perfectly honest, I should have gone a little bit darker, but you know what, that's okay. By the time we conceal and bronze, it'll be perfectly fine. I've done this exact same combination, and I do this combination, but instead I use a brush to blend it out. A brush will give you more coverage because it doesn't absorb any of the product, but I just prefer a sponge sometimes because I feel like it just blends everything out a lot better. Make sure you also get your neck, because you don't want to be going out and your face is one color and then your neck is another color. That's not a look concealer. So I'm using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade beige. I love this concealer, honestly. I will blend out my under eyes last, because the longer it sits there, the more intense the coverage gets, so I just blend it out last. But yeah, that's just what I do, and it works better for me. And the places that I don't want to be as bright, like my chin and right above my lip, I kind of just like do them anyway, just like off the bat. I'm gonna use that e.l.f. blush stick that I used before, so I'm just gonna blend that out. Pat this, because you don't want to disrupt your foundation, because you haven't set anything yet. It's really easy for this to just pick up and move, which is what you don't want. So it looks like I've just taken all of it off, but in reality it's only, I think it's because of the light, but in reality it just looks like, up close, it looks like I've just got a really nice healthy flush of color. So you want to pat, you don't want to rub because you're going to take all your foundation off, which, what's the point of that? Next, we're going to move on to cream contour. Cream contour for a lot of people, and even for me when I first started, is really intimidating. But it's not as bad as it seems, and it's actually not that intimidating to do, and it's really easy. And because they're creams, they kind of all just blend into each other, and if you mess up, it's really easy to fix as well. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro.Conceal, obviously in this shade, which is Beautiful Bronze. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run that where I would normally do my bronzer. If you want and you're just scared of using the applicator itself, you can put it on the back of your hand and then just use like a little concealer brush and then put it on. But I've done it a lot of times, so I'm okay with it. I took the tiniest bit down the size of my nose because for some reason I want to mess around with doing a nose contour today, but that's fine. So you see, there's not actually a lot I put, because with especially your cheek contour for your cheekbone, you don't want to bring it all the way, and you just need the tiniest bit of it just to give you that depth and that definition. So we're just gonna go ahead and blend everything in. With your cheek contour, on that side, you're literally gonna pat it, but go up. You're not going down, you're gonna push it up. Pat it out slowly, take your time. I mean, it's for you, not on it, and nobody else is gonna get it. So you're gonna take your time and just pat it out gently. Tap, 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 tap. And then just push up. Gently tap and push. See the difference? See? All contoured up. That's pretty much it for all the creams. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and set all of this to make sure it doesn't run anyway and we don't look insane. What we're gonna use is the Revolution Banana Bright Banana Light setting powder. This one I haven't actually looked in Boots for, but I know I got it in Superdrug. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty some of it in this just random lid that I have purely for this purpose. That's probably too much, but it's fine. So what you're gonna do with just buff everything out, make sure you haven't got any lines anywhere, make sure nothing's creased, because we're gonna set all of it down. The sponge I'm using is a Real Techniques. That's what they are. So the sponge I've got is a Real Techniques sponge. So I'm just gonna turn it around and dip it in that powder. Really dip it in there and just knock it off a little bit. So you got like that much on it. And then what you're gonna do is just gonna push that into your skin. Bring it out all the way. And then go in. And then just along the side of your nose. And try not to get it in your eye like me. And then you're gonna, what I do, because I laugh and I smile and all of that a lot, I get laugh lines like along here, so I bake down here as well. Basically anywhere you put cream, you want to put you want to set it with a powder. So I'm gonna do that, and then right along your jawline right here. Just clean that up. And then just down the middle of your nose, I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side and right up on my forehead there. So I look real weird, don't I? So I usually let my powder bake for about at least 5 minutes. Like I said, I've got really oily skin, so I need my makeup to just lock and stay in place. If you're on the drier side, you probably don't need to leave it on for that long. Probably about, just a couple minutes, if that. But I don't need, and I can actually see the powder flying everywhere. I don't need all of that. But in the meantime, what I'm gonna do while I just let that do its thing is I'm just gonna brush through my eyebrows. I'm just gonna brush through my eyebrows and obviously brush off that little bit of powder there. And all I'm gonna do is just use the Benefit Precise in my brow just to like fill it in. I don't really do my eyebrows. This is pretty much all I do. I know my sister's gonna come for me and say you should be doing your eyebrows better than that, but she's got a situation with her eyebrows. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna brush all of this bake off. I'm gonna look this crazy all the time. Whatever is left on it, I'm just gonna, you know, just set the rest of my face with it, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna bronze and put some blush on and then do a really pretty eye. The bronzer we're going to use is the NYX matte bronzer in the shade medium. It's the same one that I used in the last video. So we're going to take this the easy way, not the Danger Mouse way. No. We're going to go into that. And this, because we're doing a much, you know, softer look, we're not going to go in with the contour shade, then a bronzer shade. We're just going to use one for both of them. So right where you put that cream, you're going to do the same thing. And because, you know, the internet isn't already saturated with all these videos of people telling you this, you're going to make it 3 on your face. Essentially is what you're going to do. In the shade Daydream? Yeah, Daydream. So we're just gonna do some blush with that. See, now we have some sort of structure back to our face, and we don't look as flat. Whatever's left on my bronzer, on my blush brush even, I do take and just like run across the bronzer. Sometimes it is just to soften it up. I like that look. If that's not really your thing, you don't do that, that's perfectly fine. Now we're just gonna go clean up that jawline. If you have any left on your sponge like I do, I'm just gonna take a tiny little bit more and just go right under it. I'm not gonna bring it all the way, I'm just gonna do this, just the side of it. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave this on just for literally a couple minutes. I'm not gonna go all out there, so I'm just gonna brush this off. And if you hear somebody talking, it's my mum talking in the kitchen. Just gonna brush that away, brush it down, not up, because you don't want to mess up that contour. And I realized this video might be a little bit longer than the last one because I'm explaining everything, so I'm sorry. So we're going real simple with the eyes. We're not doing anything too drastic. We're just gonna keep it pretty and pink and soft is what we're gonna do. Soft features is what we're going for. So I'm gonna use, oh, can you see that? No, I'm gonna use Eden and Satin, which are 2 very loved colors. So we're gonna go with Eden in the crease, and see, that's just like such a pretty muted pink. And these colors, they do build up really, really well. We're gonna take Satin and run it right under it, and then run that on under the lash line as well. And then just for a little bit of shimmer, I'm gonna use Lucid. I know I said everything that you can get like in a drugstore. This I actually can't find like in Boots or Superdrug, but I know there are a lot of them that are quite similar. Like NYX definitely has one. I don't have that one, but I had this, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of Lucid on my finger actually, and then just like run it on my lid just to get just a little bit of shimmer. I'm gonna take that same color on a tiny little detail brush for my inner corner as well. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of liner on. I'm not gonna do a wing. Just literally gonna take this NYX Epic liner in it's black and just run it along the lash line, and then we're gonna stick some mascara on. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Right, I look really weird, but I'm gonna do the other eye, and then we'll come back and finish this whole thing off. Yeah, so I kind of messed up my liner a little bit, so I ended up doing the tiniest little wing just to try and save it, but it's still cute, so we're gonna go with it. So what we're just gonna finish on his face really, really quick. We're just gonna do some highlight. So I'm gonna use Pyramid from the same palette. So I've taken most of the makeup off my lips. Just gonna put a little bit of highlighter there and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. a little bit on my nose. I want it to be a disco ball. I like a very bright nose. And the last thing I'm going to do is going to do lips. So I'm just going to keep it really light, really pretty, really soft. And I'm going to use this NYX pencil, the same one from the last video, in the shade Nude Truffle, and the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Canes. Right, so that is it. I just went ahead and I put that lip on, and then I just took my sponge and just kind of like ran over everything just to make sure everything was blended in, pretty much. But yeah, I quite like how this turned out. I mean, it's perfect for just going and sitting in my living room and eating food, which is pretty much all any of us are doing right now. But yeah, no, I hope you like it. I mean, by all means, go ahead and try it, you know, on your next adventure to your online class or your meeting, or just because it's quarantine and we haven't, you know, we can still look after ourselves and make ourselves feel nice. Yeah, this isn't coming off until I'm actually ready to go to bed tonight because I quite like it. But yeah, I hope you liked it. If this one's a little bit longer than the last one, I am sorry, because I realized I was explaining everything as I was going through it, which probably not necessary. But hopefully if you like it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know, but please be nice. We don't need to be mean to each other. But yeah, no, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.